Hey, how's it going, everyone?
Howdy.
Welcome to Absolute Vodka Presents Live at the Landis podcast every Tuesday night, coming at you from 7 to 9 p.m. live here from Vineland, New Jersey, and the wonderful Landis venue that we have here, which is amazing. And yeah, I'm sorry, I was literally watching the Phillies game over here before the thing came on, so I'm like, hey, what the fuck?
I too was watching.
Yeah, we got two on, so I was checking.
I forgot we need to put that in.
Yes, Absolute Vodka. Thank you, Absolute Vodka. And, of course, our second-tier sponsor, Michael Kelly Guitar Company, michaelkellyguitars.com. Some of the best guitars going.
Hell yes, bro.
Yes.
Got a stacked evening tonight.
To Michael Kelly, man. We got he's a Papa Bear over there. The main man, Uncle Steve, is sending some guitars our way. So
Ooh.
it's actually kind of cool, man.
Hell yeah.
I'm excited. But, yeah, man, we had a good weekend, got a good show tonight. We got a couple great shows. We got three things happening this week. We have a Thursday thing, which is something we don't do that often. Yep. I mean, Thursdays aren't a great night to pull people, but we figured, fuck it, let's give it a shot and see how we can make it happen. And we got some guests coming on from that, which is pretty cool. I think that's a cool shot.
I'm excited.
And I would tell anybody to come on out because it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be I've watched some video. It's already they've been a couple places. It's a tour going on, and I'm excited, man. I'm excited. We're gonna talk about that and talk to these guys here soon. But first, as I get through my allergies once again, my allergies are so bad this year, man. Steve turned me on to the Zysol stuff, but Amazon didn't ship it overnight, so I got to wait a couple days.
You got to get into it.
I mean, I could have just drove to the fucking store and bought it, but God forbid I get in my car anymore. But yes, we had a couple good shows this weekend, man. Friday, at Farewell to Kings, man, a Rush tribute that blew my fucking mind. Did you see the write-up the guy did online about that? Yeah, which is really cool, man. We'll post that again, too.
Got Adam watching here.
Absolutely. Hey, Adam, how you doing, man? What a great show, man. I mean, I literally look, I had an argument with one of our other regulars, Joe, and Joe's probably watching right now because he was just texting me a little bit ago. And I was telling him, I said, man, you can give me the Lotus Land bullshit all day. I don't care if they got one guy trying to play three guys. There'll never be three guys like Rush. It's just never going to happen.
Hell yes.
These guys were so fucking good, man. I thought I was back at a Rush concert. And I've been going to Rush concerts since like 1981, man. I saw Moving Pictures, and I saw them several times after that. And I've seen Rush live, and we've had some Rush tributes here, and it's like, oh, great, they're doing Rush music. It's fun. But no, man, these guys were like fucking watching Rush. And
I never got to experience Rush live,
it was
so I guess this was the closest thing I've ever gotten.
Let me tell you, man, you were almost there. With the rig that they had, that drummer, what was his name again?
Johnny.
John, yeah, dude, fucking guys, ridiculous,
Hell
man.
Yes, man.
Ridiculous. Yes. And then, of course, on that was Friday, and then Saturday we had the Best of Foos in town, man, who were great, and these 5 Against 1, a tribute to Pearl Jam that again kind of blew me away, man. That singer has got it down, man.
Yeah, he was fantastic.
Dude, the only person I think I've ever seen do Eddie Vedder is that freaking jackass. I can't stand that late night asshole that freaking.
Which one?
I don't know. Fucking, well, yeah, they're all on a blue wave.
That list is long.
Is it Jimmy? Not Jimmy Kimmel. Who's the other one?
Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon. He does a good Vedder. He really does.
Oh,
he does a great Vedder.
Yeah. Does it? He has that show where they do it. Him and Ariana Grande.
Yes.
All the time,
do stupid. Do all different voices. Yeah. But he can do a Vedder. But this guy sang just like I swear to God. And again, another group I've seen several times live. Didn't give me the Eddie Vedder feel, but gave me the Eddie Vedder voice, which was pretty cool. So.
I think that's the important part.
Yeah, you want to hear the music.
You got to sound like him first.
Yeah, that's true.
Or else you're just an imposter.
That's true. That's true.
You know? So, but yeah, well, let's get started.
What you got?
Farewell to Kings.
What you got?
I got like 3 1/4 here. So.
But let's do it. Here's our recap real quick before we get into hopefully our first guest to be on too. And dude, I'm telling you, I'm excited about these first guests. You know, we've had some big stars on, some, rock and roll Hall of Famers on this show in the last couple of years. Thank you to Absolute Michael Kelly for giving us this opportunity. But, man, I'll tell you what, man, I'm excited.
Hell yeah.
These guys are good, man.
I'm not sure what to do with my hands.
Yeah. Oh, you got all those cans in front of you.
It's great. I'm hiding back here.
You can smack that
monkey.
You
wear the hoodie like this, and no one even knows I got
totally
arms.
Looks like monkey smack back there now.
But let's get started off with one of my favorites, the Necromancer.
Oh, yes.
Power!
That voice, dude.
Zach kills it, man.
Dude,
Zach
that
killed it.
voice, man. It's
Absolutely.
hard to do that Geddy Lee, man, but that guy has got it down, dude. And
Hell
nicest guys in the world, man. What
Hell
again, one of those humble bands that I hope just stays humble.
Yeah.
Just stay humble, because you guys are killer, man. And just stay humble, man. Please,
Hell
because you're
yes.
phenomenal, man. You're a phenomenal band. We were happy to have you, and we're already, I think we're pretty much nailed down a January date.
Sweet.
So I would tell you, if
And
you
I know
missed,
what that means.
yes, if you missed this show, January, they're going to be coming back, and you've got to pay attention, man, because I'm telling you, I love Rush, man, and now Farewell to Kings is the closest thing you can get to it.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that's
If I was Rush right now, I hate to break this band up, but if I was Geddy Lee, I'd be like, yo, Johnny, I need to talk to you for a minute, man. We want to take this back on tour again, man. You know, I mean, seriously, but the whole band, you can't take
Alex
away
and
from
I.
anybody else, though.
Yeah. Hell
Because
yeah.
it's that great of a band.
Yes. Yes, dude.
It's you know what I mean? It's
they
tough.
blew me away.
It's tough. They were great, man. They were great.
Oh, we got
What else you got?
2 of the 4. Hold on. Oh, shit. It used to show up right away when you clicked it, but now I guess it gives you a little protection.
Oh, thank you, Johnny, man. You're a fucking rock star, dude.
Hell yes.
You're a true
Hell
rock star. But look at that drum kit in his freaking picture.
Hell yes, man.
Fuck is wrong with him, man?
Fantastic.
What is wrong with that dude, man?
But let's How
can you be that fucking good?
Another, I think one that everybody knows. Little Tom Sawyer.
Yes.
Here we go.
The J.J. Abrams effect on that one. That was pretty cool. That was
It's
pretty
also in the
fucking
next
cool.
clip too, so
Yeah, that's pretty
it
cool,
made the
man.
next clip look pretty fucking.
You know how we do the J.J. Abrams effect here? I accidentally touch the lens when I'm putting the camera up.
It never fails. It works every.
And God knows what I was
single
eating that's probably on
time.
there, or, you know. Thank you, Adam. Dude, you're great, man. And what a nice guy. Showed us Geddy's guitar, which is in the picture as well.
Hell yeah, man.
His bass as well, which is great. He got that from Geddy Lee himself, which is pretty freaking cool, man.
Pretty damn cool.
Pretty damn
dude.
cool,
That's that is like that's the Geddy guitar.
I know,
you
man.
That's
It's
his
sick.
guitar.
It's fucking sick, man.
That's so
It's
fucking
sick, man.
cool.
These guys were so good, man. And if it, you know, besides the J.J. Abrams effect on some of the video that we took from, we always, every show, we just catalog it from the booth, you know, and then we keep it like archived. But dude, man, it was such a good show, man. So
Hell yes.
honestly, dude, I don't know. Like I said,
But wait, there's more.
I got in a text argument with Joe, who's a Lotus Land lover. Well, you know, you can Lotus my nuts, man. I don't care if that band paid to play here. This is the only Rush band. You know, I'm done now.
Yeah.
Everything happens for a reason, man.
Hell yes. Hell yes. And,
Everything happens for a reason.
Speaking of things, little YYZ. You guys
Dude.
know what you're doing.
Dude, that's so sick, man. That's
Yeah.
so sick. You take what we do and you add great musicians, and you have one hell of a cool show here at the Landis, man.
Hell
it really
yes.
is, man. Because that's one of the things I loved about these guys is it gave us the opportunity to really shine on what we do.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because
We had another band, a birthday boy,
Yep.
in the house during that one.
oh, Ryan, yes. Oh, dude, was it not amazing, dude? Ryan, man, it was good seeing you too. Happy again,
Yes.
happy belated now since it is past your birthday.
To the
It was good.
professor.
Him and Walt were in the house, man. I love Walt. Larry
Yes.
didn't give a fuck about us. He stayed home acting like he was fucking sick, playing that shit on me. And then sent me a text message. Oh, I wasn't feeling. Fuck out of here,
You can watch it on YouTube now. though.
bastard. I actually wanted to say hi to that fucker too.
I know. Love those guys. But they're, they're very strong critics of a lot of groups that we've had in here.
And they love these guys.
And they loved them.
They
loved
loved them. So
Absolutely loved
when you get
You have the Walt seal of approval.
what you had was perfectionists coming out to watch perfectionists.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who were perfect.
And I feel like
Yep.
on this next show, we can maybe
Yeah.
capture a little magic we capture with those guys.
Yeah.
So
I think so.
I'm excited
so.
for that one. I am excited. Uh-oh. Joe is in the house.
Yeah, bro, you have no idea, man. You have no idea what you missed, my friend. No idea. Don't even bring him up. Don't cut these guys down any way you can. This is one of the best shows I've seen at the Landis.
And just
Literally.
to prove that this was one of the best
One of the
shows
best tributes
and
I've seen.
best received shows that we've ever had. I have this clip that really it's mainly just for the beginning, but we can always let it run out. They did Free Will.
Yes.
And when you hear the audience in the very beginning of this clip, you will know exactly how good this fucking
Oh,
band
yeah,
is.
because this was the end of the show, and people were just blown
Yeah.
away, man.
Yep.
Blown away by that point.
This is actually still in the first half of the show. They played Free Will.
Oh, that's right, because they ended with Tom Sawyer and then went into what'd they do for? I can't remember the encore
It's just Bangkok, dude.
now. Bangkok.
Yeah.
He said cock.
How do you end with that? That's great. But yes, here we go. This is a little bit of Free Will.
Dude, come on. Come on. Did you hear that voice? Did you see that drum set? Did you see that guitar rig? I mean, he even had that new Moog that Getty put out with that. Isn't that D90 or something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
But it's got a couple little tweaks to it.
Not up to date on my Moogs.
Yeah, but that thing is gorgeous.
Yeah.
He showed it to me, man. It's
fucking
even
sweet.
got the Rush stickers they put
I had
on
the
it. and stuff.
Oberheim underneath
Oh,
it, man. It's
so
like,
sweet, man.
huh.
That was so sweet.
I was just talking to Mike. I commented on one of his pictures. He posted his Taurus pedals, and I was like, man, that's my favorite thing in the world. And we get some with them.
Yeah,
You know? So
yeah,
it's one of those things that works really well in
Yeah.
this damn house. So if you're a band that uses Taurus pedals, hit us up
yeah.
because I like them. Like 'em
Even
a lot.
Taurus.
Bring in the Minotaurs, dude. Bring them in. Fucking love them. But yes, and then we had a double bill, double bill that started off with 5 Against 1. And let's get started. We'll start it off a little slow on this one.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of time left.
Yeah.
Our guests, come
Yep.
on.
So let's do. We'll go with Jeremy. Here we go.
God, it was so good, man.
So fucking.
What a good weekend of music here, man.
Hell yes, man. And then let's go on to a little bit of Yellow Ledbetter because we made this one look fucking cool too. So
No, this was a great song.
here we go.
God, he's got Vedder's voice down, man. He
And dude,
really does.
They have a great.
Really does, man.
They have a great group there. To be
Oh
honest.
yeah, the guitar players are great. The drum,
Yes.
it was just a phenomenal band, man.
And then let's move on to the Foos, man. Let's move on to
The
Foos.
Dirty Foos.
Let's
Love these
go
guys, man.
to-
Phil, love you, buddy.
Yes. Let's do we'll do All My Life first. Here we go.
Holy shit. If that guy didn't like melt your fucking face, I don't know who did, man.
Hell yes.
Dude, Phil can sing, man. I mean, it's funny because he comes out in that wheelchair, and everybody in the audience kind of looks at each other like, oh, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They do.
Yep.
And then he gets up there. Not only does he start singing, but he starts fucking traveling around in his wheelchair all over the stage. It's fucking great. What a great show, man.
Hell yes.
Dude, they brought it. They
yes.
brought it. They brought it.
He also has a fantastic sense of humor, which
Yeah,
we
he
hear
does.
in the beginning of this clip coming up right now. Here we go.
Don't let me down. I can run you over. You know my hero, leaving out the bed. You know my hero, the one that's all in
Dude, you gotta have what an inspiration that kid is, man. Dude, and he's got that fucking growl.
Don't let me
That
down.
fucking
I can
growl,
run
man.
you over.
Yeah.
That's such a great line from a guy.
Yeah, he was telling everybody
in
to
an
sing
electric
with him.
wheelchair,
And he said,
dude.
"Dude, I'll run your ass over,
Fucking
bro. I don't give a shit."
fantastic. That is fantastic. But speaking of fantastic, we got something coming up, and I see 3 special guests that
Oh,
we have
nice.
behind the scenes right
Nice.
here.
Again, it's Absolute Vodka and Michael Kelly Guitars, real quick. Thank you again as our sponsors and our recap of last week. Dude, I can't wait for a recap of this week, man.
Yes.
Another 3 great nights. We added a Thursday show this week, man.
Hell
And
yeah.
I remember when a friend of mine from LA came to me with this show, man, and I was like, "Oh, dude, how can you say fucking no to this show, dude?" I don't know. I don't know how many they played so far. You want to play a little promo? Let's get them
Hell
on.
yeah.
Let's
We'll
get them
do,
on, man.
We'll do the promo video, and we will bring them in. Here we go.
Hey, moron! Duh! Look at me! I'm the waterboy, dude! Drive, monkey, drive! I dumped a fat sack of reefer in the mix. Thought I'd spice up the bash. Really? What? Drinking problem, man. 1 mouth and 2 hands, and an empty can. I ain't got no luce, and y'all don't understand. I'm just a simple man, doing the best I can without no luce.
Hey, fuck you, man. What a fucking voice, dude. Holy shit. Oh, you guys are getting feedback. Wait, you guys like all in your houses are all decorated the same.
We're sitting beside each other. Hold on.
We're on a tour bus.
Oh, what's going on, Joe? Danny Boone, man. Dude, that clip of you singing is fuck. Dude, your voice is sick, bro.
Thank you, my
Sick,
friend.
man. All right, for all those people tuning into the Absolute Vodka, you know what you're getting feedback because you guys are too close to each other, I think.
Where? I'll walk somewhere else too. Let me see.
Hey, guess what? The oldest man in the room, Uncle Dante's just gonna sit right fucking here in his fat ass. I love
Let me
you.
tell you, you and I are the same age, brother, so love it, man. Love it, man.
Hey, y'all are doing a great thing on this earth right now. You know that, right?
Dude, so are you. Dude, I was so when my buddy John came to me with this show, I'm like, how the fuck can you not have you have Scotty Austin, you literally Saving Abel's like the voice of Saving Abel. You got Danny fucking Boone, who I love, and then Peter Dante, man. You are a sick fuck, dude. I'm a huge Grandma's Boy guy, man. I got to tell you, Grandma's Boy and Step Brothers, 2 of the best films ever made, man.
Yeah, well, you know, Steven Spielberg likes the Waterboy, but anyways, I'm a singer and a songwriter.
That's what I want. That's what I got to ask you, man. So look, first of all, who put this together?
Scotty and I did.
When did you start singing, man?
When I was 6 years old, in the church choir and Community Center Theater. I've been doing musicals since I'm 7 years old.
Holy shit. Okay, so you started your career acting on stage then?
Yes.
as
Now,
a baby.
have you ever recorded anything in like prior to what you're doing now?
Oh my God, there's so much music of mine out there. And I
Really?
even have 2 unreleased CDs that haven't been out there. But yet, if anyone looks up Peter Dante music, look it up. Like you can look up me on Jonesy's Jukebox 103.1 singing Redemption song at like
Really?
6:30 in the morning, and I crush it.
We're gonna watch that, brother, without a doubt, man.
I mean, we met at a concert together. Our first day we met, we sang a song together.
That's right. We actually jammed the shit out of it on stage. Hell yeah.
So you two got together and you decided to go ahead and move forward with this. Now, is this the first time you've gone out on tour?
Third leg.
Yep, this is the third
Really?
leg.
Yeah.
Where
Benny
were you-
Dombrowski was our first guy. And then we had another guy in the middle.
And then another guy.
And Vinny from Fun. You know who he is.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Man, if you look up cool,
We got to
dictionary,
sing Molly with this fool. Like, when I get to harmonize with people like this, I feel like a little golden angel child.
Dude, I can't wait. I can't wait to just hear you sing live, man. Like, look, I've seen Saving Abel, so dude, I'm a fan. Love you guys, man. And Scott, your voice, dude, is just—it's one of those classic voices that when you hear your voice, you know exactly who you are. You know what you're listening.
Well,
to.
babe, can I tell you also about him? He's
Yeah,
an
go for it.
old school family trained musician. This kid used to have to practice as a baby all the time, hours and hours. And sometimes he forgets when he's with his live band that he should be playing guitar and killing it all. And so that's what we do in this setting. I make him play guitar and make him be actually the real Scotty Austin.
What she needs to be, because dude, Scotty's solo stuff is fucking great too, man.
Always. Yep.
Dude,
Thank you so much for that.
Hell
I'm very
yeah.
Yeah,
proud
y'all
of that.
got to look up the Live, Laugh, Love song too that we did with Malcolm Springer. Yeah.
Well, we're gonna find that. We'll throw that on our Facebook and plug this show a little bit more. And then we got Danny Boone up there, who I love, man.
We all
By the way, I worship. You crazy.
Dude, he's got that sick voice, man. You know, you got that
His
rap
lyrics,
rock.
man.
Bro, yeah, exactly. This guy, he's a storyteller beyond and beyond. He's like a pocket of the words that he knows. Yeah. And the reason that he can sing with that kind of feeling is because everything he sings about, he's lived.
He's the best songwriter around in this day and age.
I agree. I agree.
No, you know what? Hey, Danny, you know what? They have to say it. They're working with you, but we don't.
No, we don't give a fuck.
No, I'm fucking with you, man. But he is great, isn't he? He's
Unbelievable.
and you're right. The way now, Danny, you write most of your songs.
Yeah.
Dude, they're so good, man. The lyrics are so, and some of them are so fucking funny, man. You just sit here, it's like that's some of the best music out there.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Danny, how long have you been going now? This is 25 years on the one song, right? Isn't this the anniversary of the?
This
of
is
the
the
song?
anniversary.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came out in 2001 officially, and
God, it's been 2001, man. Time flies, man.
Yeah, that's right.
I remember sitting at a bar listening to that song, man. Now I own a bar.
That's the beauty of this tour. Every night we're sitting at a bar listening to it.
Hell yeah, man. Well,
with them and sing it.
Look, you'll love our venue, man. I bought this venue about 5 years ago just for stuff like this, man. Shows like this. We have a bar upstairs, another club afterwards. You know, you can hang out, man. You guys got a hotel local.
Hey,
Man, we're super excited about
Uncle
it.
Dante
We're super
wants to
excited.
hang out at the club afterwards.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
baby. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
You know why? Because I brought that Zimbabwean weed. It's really good. He's gonna grow antlers and smoke it.
Hey, man, we'll get you. You can feel like Tom Cruise from Cocktail.
Oh, I feel like Tom Cruise from Cocktail
Hey,
right now.
he has been behind the bar.
I guess
every
bartender
show
every
he's played
night.
on these tours.
Really?
Before the night's over, he is serving drinks.
That's hilarious.
I'm pretty good.
Awesome.
No, that's the one. Look, that's the
fucking
line
great.
I steal from you all the time, man. I feel like Tom Cruise in Cocktail. That's like
You know, yeah. You know what else you steal from me? Prove it. My gay lawyer, Big Daddy, best ever.
That was. Yeah, let me ask you. Let's real quick. So let's go with Peter real quick. So Pete, the favorite film you ever worked on, man? You worked on some great films, man. What was your favorite character? Favorite one?
All of them.
Yeah, dude.
Because I was blessed by God to given the opportunity to be on the movies, but I also got to sing on all the scores of the films. I've been on soundtracks. Adam Sandler and I, we crushed it when we were young.
Yeah, you did, man. You really did. You're still
Love
crushing it, man. You're gonna crush it Thursday night here at the
I'm
Landis, man.
gonna crush it for the next 50 years straight.
I can't wait, brother. I can't wait. No, this is, dude. Let me tell you, when I saw Scotty Austin and you, and then I saw Boone's on the tour, I'm like, wait a minute,
Bro,
you gotta
this
be
guy,
kidding me, man.
Scotty and I warmed up for 2 tours to get ready for Danny Boone because he's so fucking talented. This motherfucker, I'm gonna tell you right now, he's so goddamn dirty, and Lord Jesus, I don't mean to say it like that, but you know what? He's so blessed, and
Yeah, yeah.
he fucking knows what to say about everything.
You know, this tour is really special because you got to think we're all different genres and we're coming together. It's just like the name of the tour. It's about spreading love and laughter and just living life to its fullest. This is really a special tour that we've got going on. That's why we're doing this, and we're going to continue doing this. We already booked it for next year.
That's right. We're already booked for next year.
That's
His
awesome.
wife.
'Cause you can see the love. You know what? When you guys do the promos, you send the promos over to us, man. The love, just they're so fun. You can see the love and the laughter right there in the promo, man. It
Well,
actually,
dude, that's what it's all about. People forgot to live and laugh and then love. And
That's
the
true.
most important part is the love part. But if you don't live and laugh, you ain't gonna love nobody. You're gonna
That's
be
true.
And we're also filming footage
Yes.
for a pilot episode. We're going to make this into a TV show.
That's right.
We will be doing some filming. So
Yeah,
you guys
hey,
come on out
Hulu.
and
Hey,
be a part
Hulu,
of
get
that.
ready. You're gonna buy this shit.
No way,
Thank
dude.
you.
Well, we got a lot to talk about when you get here, but I don't know if you've seen our facility. So I bought this like literally right before COVID, and I kind of got fucked for 2 years.
Oh, sure. I'm sure you ate shit for a while.
I did, man. I did, but during
Sorry
that
about
time,
that. Good for you to hang on, though.
yeah, we did, man. We're still hanging. And I'll tell you what, though, we turned it into like a surround video, like the mini sphere. So you get some damn good footage here, man. We got some of the best lights, the best of everything. We really wanted to build a really cool rock place, man. And we have shows every weekend. It's amazing. And then having you guys, I wish we could have got you on a Saturday, Sunday, but you were only available for a Thursday for this. But, we're going to push and get these people out because this is great, man. I can't wait.
Well, babe, you and plus, when we get there, we'll shoot promos and say that we're actually here.
Hell
So
yeah.
We'll get some feet traffic there for you.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I got to ask Scotty, I know you probably never heard this in your life, man. One of my favorite songs was Michael Jackson's Jacket. You remember that song?
I do remember that song.
I love that song, dude.
That's Jason Knoll, the genius songwriter.
Dude, I love that song on that album, man. My sister, who passed away some years back, she was a big Michael Jackson fan. That
I'm
song
sorry
was
about
my-
that. We're sorry about that.
Yeah, you always gave me that good feeling inside listening to that song. It
Hey,
meant a
babe,
lot.
what was your sister's name?
Mary.
Mary,
Ann.
God rest her soul.
Yeah, it's funny. I don't know if you guys saw earlier, but we just had a best of food show. We showed the recap of last week, and one of the kids the guy who sings, not even a kid, he's a man.
Yeah.
He's the lead singer for the Best of Food, the Foo Fighter tribute. He's also has cerebral palsy in a wheelchair, like my sister had.
Are you
And,
serious?
Yeah. My sister spent her life in a wheelchair, and like Michael Jackson, music was her thing. That's what she had. She never got to hear like the good Saving Abels and the Danny Boones out there. She died a while back. But it's one of those things where, man, she loved music, and that's why I love this place, I think, so much.
Yeah.
Because we get to give back to so many
That's a beautiful
people.
story, man. That's fantastic.
And by the way, do me a favor also, before you introduce us that night, talk about your sister Mary.
Oh, that's cool, brother. I appreciate that, man. I
Please.
really do. I really do. Oh, Danny left. He's gone.
Oh, no,
Walking
he's
through the rain.
He probably saw a bar.
Hey, look right here.
You ain't going
there you
nowhere.
go.
No, baby, we sit right next to
My
each
bad,
other.
man. I was trying to get down some of the feedback.
Yeah, it sounds good now. If you just if you're on camera with him.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I had written down some questions for. Sorry, I love Danny, man. I think Danny's got a voice to me that is like that rock and roll. It's like that rock rap country, and you stick it all together. You got Danny Boone, and you got these great lyrics. You got this great music, and I don't even know, man. This is going to be a good show. How do you get Peter Dante, Danny Boone, and Scotty Austin all in the same show, man? This is phenomenal.
Go ahead, Danny, talk.
Yeah, I don't know how it happened, really. I mean, I've been on the road with Scotty, and him and Peter got in cahoots, and then they asked me to do it, and I was like, sure, it's fun. I don't have to keep up with a whole lot of shit. You know, I'm not in charge of anything, so that is fresh for me. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
I read somewhere you were like you started like rapping when you were like 15 years old in high school. Is that what got you going?
Yeah.
Okay. And then now when did you first start? How old were you when you first started recording and laying down some of this music?
I did all kind of recordings and stuff, just bullshit like tape on boom boxes and shit like that. And I didn't and I used to go mess around in Macon, Georgia, in little hood studios, but it wasn't nothing extravagant until, you know, I got locked up, and then I decided I wasn't going back to Warner Robins, and I just headed to Atlanta and started scrounging around up there with.
You want to hold this? We'll turn the heat down.
Well, that's awesome. So wait, so are you from Georgia, Danny?
Yeah. Went on from there.
I said, are you from Georgia, Danny?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. That's where I was. I was with the third. I was an Army Ranger, stationed in Fort Benning, Georgia. I lived down there. My first wife is from Georgia.
And by the way, thank you for serving our country.
Hooah, baby! Anytime, man. And Georgia's a beautiful place. Absolutely good.
I love
Dante, let me. Where'd you grow up?
I'm from Hartford, Connecticut.
Oh, so you're not that far from here.
I'm a New England guy, yeah.
Are you doing any shows up in Connecticut?
I'm playing the Webster with these guys on the 19th, and then on 420 we play Hampton Beach at Wallace.
On 420, baby.
Oh, 420. Guess what? We're smoking a
I can't even imagine being in a
Bro,
tour
I'm
bus
gonna have
with
my
you on
boy that
420.
owns a company out of Maine that I won't mention because it might be alley work that we do sometimes. We will have the best suite at that show in Hampton Beach. Unfortunately, I promise.
We've been talking about doing a screening of Grandma's Boy with Peter.
Should do that, yeah.
Look, if you do that, look, you've got to come back here. I'm telling you, man. The only I put that at the top of those 21st century comedies, man. It's one of the best, and it's right next to Step Brothers, which everybody loves. To me.
Oh, dude, I ran into Will Ferrell the other day. And good, thank God. And my son and I were walking out of the doctor's office and tried to come here. And I said, hey, excuse me, sir, you dropped something. And he looked at me and he goes, Pete, is that you? I'm like, yeah, what's up? Comes out of my son.
Dude, but
Hey, you hear my wife Courtney? We may be able to set up one of those screenings for you guys out there.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yes.
Well, I would love that. Let's talk when you get here. And I got to ask you too. So, what is it? I guess this is for Scotty. Scotty, what is it like being able to sit there and tour and sing beside you got Danny Boone there, and of course you got this amazing, one of the greatest comedians of our time. You know what I mean?
I am living the life, man.
How do you go from touring with a band like Saving Abel to this type of tour with two of these great legends, man? This is amazing.
Well, I'm finally getting to do what I've always wanted to do.
What you were born to do.
And I don't know. I used to be a hell-raising rock star.
Yeah, you
with
were.
all the baggage with it. And I turned my life around, man. I've just become trying to be a good person, and I believe that karma exists. So I start being good, and good things happen. And these people are good guys, and they believe me. They trust me because I try to prove myself trustworthy to people now. So. But sitting up there and looking around sometimes, it's unbelievably surreal. Like the fact that I get to start drinking problem on guitar. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the hell? I'm like, is this shit really happening?
Isn't that
I look
crazy?
over and Pete is singing harmonies with me on my songs. I'm like, this is the coolest shit ever.
Dude, I think
this tour is so cool that people aren't even grasping how amazing it is yet.
And that's what we keep trying to tell people. That's why I love that, Absolute Vodka and Michael Kelly Guitars give us this platform. We've been doing this for a couple years, man. We've had Grammy Award winners. We've had some of the biggest, rock stars from God.
Yeah, but hey, let me interject one
This
sec.
is my
I'm gonna
guy right here.
Listen, This is God given. This is the organic growth of the universe where people should be comfortable. We sit together next to each other on stage. I get to play a maraca and sing with these motherfuckers and touch them sometimes. So you know why? I care, we care, and everyone should care.
But just be careful. Touching these guys might be a little weird here in New Jersey. We got laws on that shit, man.
Whatever.
Thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying
that.
I got.
I grew up in the Jersey Shore. We're all right. We're good.
Oh hell yeah,
yeah.
baby!
Yeah.
Scotty, you got any more? I got to ask Scotty real quick. Any more solo albums coming out? Any more solo stuff in the?
I am releasing an album like next month.
No
My
shit.
first solo album, and I am beyond excited about it. And I'm doing a world tour to support it, so it's going to be a wild year for me. I'm getting to do these amazing things. Then I'm going out. I've hit 6 continents, 21 countries. I'd go to Antarctica, but they don't have a venue. You have a legal one, let me know.
We're looking to build one in Greenland too. So we'll be
Yeah,
good.
hey man. Well, that'll be ours soon, baby. We're working on it. I told him I'll sign back up to go take Greenland, man. I'm ready for that shit.
Man, I'm scrawny and I'm from the South. I'm not a fan of the cold weather.
No, dude. Neither am
I
I.
like the
Man.
snow when I'm looking at it through a window.
So,
Singing Christmas carols to his daughter Nova.
So this show's all acoustic, right? This is just an acoustic show.
But we have a full drum set.
Okay.
So I brought my drummer and my bass player.
Yeah, we got Jacob Lamatia and Daniel Dwight with us on this run.
Okay.
They're killing it.
And I'm the guitar player for the whole project.
Nice. Nice. So it's like the old, everybody used to get pissed off at MTV Unplugged because that wasn't unplugged.
No, nothing's
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we didn't say it's unplugged. We just said it's acoustic.
Right.
And then it's acoustic drums,
You can
acoustic
still
guitar, and acoustic
plug in
bass.
playing acoustic. So,
And you know what's funny? It's the other thing about Danny is Danny. You've played with Hank Williams Jr., CeeLo. You've played with some of the. But how is it playing with these guys versus some of the other people you've played with in your life?
A lot more normal than that. I mean, I'm just saying.
You got to realize he's standing here with us there, so.
No, I'm saying.
yeah, he might be bullshitting.
I'm forcing him into this, man.
He's not. Yeah,
You know, I didn't really never get a chance to really sit and kick it with them dudes like that. So this has been more of getting to know each other instead of, hey, the label wants you in my video.
Yeah. Yep.
We're paying you a whole shitload of money. So the label said, you know what I mean? It's more like they asked me to do it, we got together, and we had fun. I don't know them people personally. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just did songs with them. You know
And
what I mean?
boy, he also, our wives, everybody, we all know each other because we're fighting for the same purpose. And then when we actually, Scotty and I actually got to have the privilege of having Danny with us, he is one of the most impeccable, smart, congenial,
Humble.
that one too.
He's such a great artist.
Testicular.
Yeah. He's got a huge set of balls.
Flexing my vocabulary.
We'll get you a lawn chair to sit on, man. You'll be
Yeah,
all right.
we'll
Just let
take
him
care
hang.
of those. Yeah. We gotta keep them things.
It's amazing he can get to the stage dragging those things around.
Yeah, we gotta put some ice on those nutsacks. You gotta
Wheelbarrow.
We have an assistant, that's his only job.
Yeah.
Just wheeling his nuts around.
Puts down a skateboard.
Well,
Little children's size shopping cart.
You can't even imagine his balls can skate a half pipe. It's unbelievable.
now,
The wheelbarrow from South Park.
But when you
You call me a
recorded,
kick flip.
Yeah.
No, rock the cradle.
when you can't. So yeah, but Danny, when you record with a lot of those guys, though, are you in studio with them, or are you just recording like a track somewhere else, and you really don't record? Like, do you? When you record with people like that, and you're recording on their tracks, are you doing that elsewhere, or are you in the studio usually with them recording?
No. With Hank, I was not even around at all.
Yeah.
And with CeeLo, I was there. And that was amazing. He, everybody knows he's an amazing artist.
Very
Yeah.
talented.
Unbelievable. And I prefer to be in the studio with other people instead of sending tracks.
Yeah.
Because the vibe is in the room, you know what I mean?
Yep.
But whatever it takes. I think I'm over here burping hot wings.
Hey, yo, wait, hold on.
Scotty's holding his phone like.
Let me tell y'all something. Check this out. So late night,
Sorry, man. Help me.
homeboy does not. This guy doesn't sleep. Danny Boone doesn't sleep. He sleeps during the day while we're rolling around from city to city.
He's a vampire.
But at
He's
night,
used to it, yeah.
I get the privilege to stay up with him.
Oh, I can't
And
imagine.
we go through the library of songs of what we love and why we're here. And that's the beauty of this, is that we get to be together at our age, at fucking 55 and 56 years old, just loving each other, giving respect to each other, and just making people happy.
Nope.
No.
Hey,
I don't want to cut this short, but we have to go play.
We have to go play right now.
Get out of here, do you?
Yeah,
we gotta get off stage right now.
We gotta get off here.
We're late.
We're about to head to the stage now.
Hey, by the way, everybody should know this. Ooh, look at me. I'm a football player, and I got a one spoon. Needle dick.
Thank you, guys. We will see you on Thursday. Look, safe travels getting here, guys, man. We can't wait. Anything you need, let us know. Take care, Danny. Good. Take care, guys. Have a good
See
show.
you guys soon. Thanks so much for having us.
Thank you, brother.
Rock and roll.
Take care, brother. There you go, man. The Live, Love, Laugh Tour right here at the Landis Theater. These guys are fucking nuts, man. I love it.
Hell yes.
This Thursday, April 17th. Tickets are $25, $35. You're all in. No taxes, no fees. The show starts at 8. Doors open at 7. There is an opening band. So if you plan on coming out, there is an opening band. Well, Arch.
Art, A-R-T.
Art.
Yes.
Some artists will be playing. And so, again,
I think it stands for something. I don't know what it
It
stands
is this Thursday, man. This is going to be a good show, man.
Yes.
You know,
I am excited.
I am too, because you know what I wanted to know? I was gonna. Last question I had for them was, what songs they pick out and if they do any covers or anything.
Oh,
Besides just because a lot of those bands they do that when they go out, and especially on an acoustic thing, they'll throw in like a cover or two.
From what it sounds, from what I've been told, it's kind of different every night.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
just pulling
Well, that's
stuff
what I
out.
feel like.
Yeah.
That's what Dante was saying at the end there. How
Yeah.
he they sit there and talk about music all night. So I'm sure they pull shit out of their ass and go, dude, let's do this song,
Let's do
man.
this tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So when
Hell
people yell Freebird, we might get Freebird this time.
I wonder if that same guy will come. We'll see.
I don't know. But
Maybe
the Phils
he's
are up
just-
2-0.
Hey, look at that! Look at that! And I think we could move. We can move right on here if we want to.
Excellent.
Yeah.
You want to show that promo one more time?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
This is the promo for the upcoming show this Thursday, the Live, Laugh, Love Tour,
Yes. Here we go.
with Scotty Austin from Saving Abel, Danny Boone from Danny Boone,
Danny Boone from REHAB. Man.
Rehab. Well, see, to me, he's just Danny Boone. When I listen to all this stuff, and he writes all that stuff, man, which I think is remarkable. And then, of course, Peter Dante, the one and only, one of the best comedical character actors out there, man.
That video he was talking about, that's the one that I always think of him in. When he's singing, "Don't worry and be
Yeah.
happy." I love it. It's great, dude. I can't wait. Here we go again.
Hey, moron! Duh! Look at me! I'm the waterboy, dude! Drive, monkey, drive!
I dumped a fat sack of reefer in the mix. Thought I'd spice up the bash.
Really?
What?
I got a drinking problem, man. One mouth and 2 hands, and an empty can. I ain't got no luce, and y'all don't understand. I'm just a simple man, doing the best I can without no luce.
I love it, man.
Yes.
And that Rehab song isn't even their big one. The big one is it's their 25th anniversary of the Sitting at a Bar song. And if you don't know that song, then you haven't listened to a lot of music in your life, because that song is everywhere, man. That song has been around for 25 years.
Hell yes. Hell yes, my brother.
To be exact. Real quick, let's thank again Absolute Vodka, but the one and only Michael Kelly Guitar Company. Unmatched craftsmanship. Each Michael Kelly guitar is meticulously crafted by skilled artisans who ensure that every detail, from the body shape to the finish, exceeds industry standards. You feel the difference in every strum with a Michael Kelly guitar. MichaelKellyGuitars.com. Get on, get her, and maybe you can be touring with Dante and Scotty Austin from Saving Abel, if when Danny's done, because apparently they've been touring with a whole bunch of people. That's really cool.
Yeah,
man. That's cool.
Yeah,
that's got to be a lot of fun, man. That's got to be one of those things where you need, after say like if you tour for like 3 months, you need a good month of sleep.
Yeah.
Just to get
just to get back to it.
Get the toxins out of your body.
Absolutely.
And
but I'll tell you, they're doing it the right way. You
Yeah.
know, that's me on the weekends right there. So
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I'm
I
looking
also
forward
just
to it.
don't sleep most of the day. So
And again, it's one of those Thursday night shows. It's a rarity here. We don't do a lot of them. Every once in a while, we'll get a national act in, that's doing a one-off somewhere that we can get on a Tuesday or Thursday. So we are bringing them to you here live at the Landis this Thursday. Tickets are on sale right now. They're on sale at the door. TheLandis.com. You see it going down the bottom. It is the Live, Laugh, Love. There's also a meet and greet. So if you want to meet Scotty Austin, if you want to meet Danny Boone, and of course, if you want to hang out with Peter Dante, I would say wear a diaper because you're probably going to piss yourself. But if you want to hang out with Peter too for a little bit, there is a meet and greet available, and that is available also on TheLandis.com and at the door as well. Yep. Cool, man. What do you got, brother? What do we got?
let's see. We have coming up next Stairway to Halen.
Stairway to Halen.
Stairway
Man.
to Halen.
I am curious about this band, man.
Yes.
I'm so curious because, Jimmy Page was like the man, and then when you get somebody like Eddie Van Halen, who that's his inspiration, and now you try to put these two bands together. I'm curious. I am very curious.
Very excited.
Yep.
Yes, and that is Stairway to Halen. Friday, April 18th. Tickets from $25 to $35. The show is at 8 p.m. Oh, the Phillies have now been tied. Damn. Huh. But I have a promo for this that we'll play, and it looks like we have Andre on with us. So let's bring him in. Here we go.
Oh, how's it going, brother?
Hey, what's up?
Well, nothing much, man.
I gotta put my cheaters on because I'm
Yeah,
old as
I got
shit.
mine on, baby.
What's going
How you
on?
doing? No, it's Andre, right?
It's Andre, yeah.
Nice to meet you, brother. Now you were the
You
lead
too.
singer for Stairway to Halen.
Yes.
I gotta ask, man. I know the correlation between the two. Where of course where Eddie got all of his, a lot of his inspiration, and he said that in time and time. Even in his last interview, he had mentioned that, and somebody was talking to him about that. But what made you decide to put the two together and make this? I when I first heard it, I love the name. Because it works.
It's cool, right?
Yeah, it works.
Yeah.
But
Clever. I wish I could say I came up with it, but I didn't. I wish I could take the credit for that, but I can't.
Well, tell me a little bit about that, like the history, how you got started, and exactly why you decided to put the two together.
Okay, so actually it started with my guitarist, Billy Napoli. He's the one who started the band in 2019. And he just figured to put he's a huge Van Halen fan, and he can shred Eddie. You go to the show, you really see it. But he just decided, man, it's just a good mix of two bands that, if you think about it, we can play anywhere. And when it comes to fans of music, usually if you like heavier stuff, you dig Van Halen. And if you like classic rock, you love Zeppelin, and you love Van Halen, and the girls can dance to both. It's a win-win. And the catalog of music is just classic.
Oh, dude, that's the other thing. You could play 2 hours of hits, man, and not play a song people don't know.
We've done 3 hours straight, and still there's so many other songs you could throw in there.
Now,
That's
on the Van
crazy.
Halen side, are you covering the two lands of Van Halen? You know, with Hagar and of course with
I don't recognize that first name. What was that?
So like no '80s Joel here, or only
No,
80s Joel?
oh no, 80s Joel, sir. Take your wife and get
Strictly
out of
80s
here.
Joel covers.
80s Van Halen sucks.
So you're only playing the
reference.
classic Van Halen then?
Only the old school Van. And if you think of, listen, I don't have any problem with Sammy Hagar. As a matter of fact, I prefer his solo stuff rather than the Van Halen stuff. And the whole band changed, to be fair. It wasn't just Sammy.
Yep.
But I'm old school, and I grew up with it's David Lee Roth, man. And you had that Van Halen Memorial Day poster in your bedroom, and it was all about that. And basically, if you listen to any classic rock station, 9.9 times out of 10, if you're listening to Van Halen, it's a Dave song.
Yeah, that's true.
You know.
That's true. I do remember when that Hagar album, that was it, OU812 or whatever. What was the one with Hagar, the first album with him?
5150.
5150. There were so many numbers and letters. Yeah, the 5150. And then all of a sudden, for like maybe a year or two, that's the only Van Halen you were hearing. And what they were playing at the same time, because I was in the military at that time, but then the David Lee Roth had his album out, his solo album that had the Ice Cream Man and all that on. So they kind of pushed old Van Halen away. They were playing his album and the new Van Halen, and that's kind of the mix you were getting.
Yeah, Eat 'em and Smile with Steve Vai and Billy Sheehan. I mean, he came out of there blazing.
Exactly.
I tell you what, I was too young to see the original Van Halen because I was born in '71, so when '84 came out, I was 13. I had nobody to bring me. So the first time I actually saw Van Halen was the 5150 tour, and the Live Without a Net video, the live video. Those are two nights filmed in New Haven Coliseum, which I live in Connecticut. That's the show we went to.
Oh, no shit.
So I was there for night one because Eddie was having problems with the guitar during the solo, was shorting out the wireless. So it's a mix of both shows. But you know, I was excited. I wanted to see Van Halen, but they play Only One Way to Rock. And they're playing Led Zeppelin, and they're playing Can't Drive 55, and I'm like, where's Ain't Talk About Love? Where's Hot for Teacher?
Yeah.
I saw that
was
tour too.
disappointing.
I was lucky enough to see Van Halen at the Spectrum in Philly, which was the little rock house in Philly, twice. Actually, no, I think I might have seen him 3 times. But then I saw that tour that you're talking about. I saw that in at the Omni in Atlanta, Georgia. And I was the same because I'm like, you know what, you're missing all the classic Van Halen tunes that you grew up with, and they're sticking all this other music in there, and putting all that Sammy stuff in there too. So it was a little weird. I agree. It was a lot of. It was definitely.
It was basically the new album, some Sammy songs, a Led Zeppelin song, and like two of the classic songs. Like they played Jump. I don't think they had a choice.
That's what I was just about to say. I think because Jump was still big. I mean, it was still like a big
and you
song.
really got me, and I think one more.
Yeah, I remember that tour. It was kind of. Well, then I'm sure you never saw, which I never got to see, was Led Zeppelin live. I mean, that would have been, I was lucky enough. I've met and known Jimmy Page a little bit in my career.
Wow,
and he's just an awesome human being. Yeah, I was in the film business, and he was scoring films at the time, and we did a couple things together, and he was a phenomenal guy, but never got to see them play. I can't even imagine.
I think my brother got to see them play in New Haven. I think he did. Obviously at the tail end of their touring career.
Yeah, the closest thing I ever saw was Song Remains the Same at Six Flags Great Adventure one time, like live on a big screen.
I kicked myself in the ass because Page and Plant came around, and I didn't go. And looking back now, I'm like, man, I missed the closest you could got to it.
Yeah, it was definitely probably something that I would have went to if I had the opportunity to go to that, because like I said, and Jimmy's Jimmy Page is a really cool dude, man. He's very intricate, man. He's into music much more than just the rock that and stuff. He's very deeply into scoring and creating music with others. Jimmy's done a lot of work with a lot of people that people don't even know.
Yeah. I mean, if you listen to those remastered Led Zeppelin albums, I mean, I started getting into vinyl again in 2020, and irresponsible financially, obviously. But
you gotta come
when
see
you
my
put out-
office when you get here.
yeah. So when my Discogs is ridiculous. Anyway. So but when you listen to those remastered vinyls, I mean, they're impeccable.
Oh,
He's
absolutely.
definitely got the ear in the studio.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
and that's what he did. He did a lot of studio work for a lot of people over the years. And I think, if I remember correctly, when we were eating lunch, and I asked him the one time, because I was like, "What guy?" Somebody came up to him and said, "Look, man, they paid him a lot." I can't remember exactly how he said it, but he said they paid me way too much to do something I love, and he did the soundtrack for a movie called Death Wish 3. It was like that was one of the first.
The Charles Bronson?
Yeah, I don't know if Charles.
That was
Bronson
later
was in
on.
the third
Couldn't
one.
have been.
Yeah, it might have been though. Death Wish 3 was the name of the film that he first did. It was the third one in that series, but I don't know if Bronson was. I think he might have been.
Because that was in the 70s. Led Zeppelin was already a thing at that point.
Well, that was Death Wish, then there was Death Wish 2, and then Death Wish 3 was the one that Jimmy worked on, and that was the first one he ever did a score for. And it was
maybe he did it during his Zeppelin run. Yeah.
Which is
Yeah,
possible.
maybe.
And then he said he got paid way too much to do something he really loved, and he realized, this is a way you can really make, money. But actually, like, it was about taking, seeing something visual and adding the music to it later, and bringing it to life in a way that he really liked. And he's still scoring films till today. He still does it.
Yeah.
Yep. And a lot of times you don't know it unless you read if you go through the credits of the movie, you go, holy shit, Jimmy Page.
Say fucking Jimmy Page.
Yeah.
I have no patience. Unless it's a Marvel movie, I'm not staying to the end. I know there's nothing to see. I'm out.
That's true.
Unless it's Nick Fury on the screen, I'm out.
So how long have you guys been doing this, the Stairway to Halen thing? How long have you been doing it now?
So Billy formed the band in 2019. He's been playing for years. He's had a band, a bunch of different bands around New York area. He still has a original band called Wild America. But
good name.
Yeah. So they're on Kibble Records. He's actually they're doing a new album right now.
Awesome.
But he came up with the concept that started the band in 2019. And 2017. In the 2019, there was a shake-up in the band, and he asked me to join because I've been playing around the area forever too. And I'm like, yeah, man, I'm cool. I'll give it a shot. And we've been doing it since. And now we're playing like everywhere. I mean, we do a lot of shows in Connecticut. That's our hometown, but we do Rhode Island. We always do Florida once or twice a year.
Nice.
Rhode Island, Massachusetts, New York. We did some Midwest states. And again, man, it just connects. I've yet to play a show that people are like upset. Well, we played Dingbats and they loved it.
Oh yeah, Dingbats is great.
Yep. We played there twice and they loved it.
Yeah,
I was a little hesitant. Because it's a real heavy crowd.
Yeah.
I've played there with a King Diamond tribute band, and we kill it there.
Yeah, I bet.
But I'm like, are they going to want to hear Black Dog, or are they going to hear, the Family Ghost? But first song in, everyone was totally into it.
I've seen a couple bands play there that I question too. And I'm like, a couple people we've had here too. I'm like, how'd they play Dingbats? I mean, what do they? But
well, it goes to my theory that if you dig metal, heavy music, it's more likely you cut your teeth on Van Halen. That was like your gateway drug.
Yeah, yeah, it's true.
Because growing up, it was Van Halen, it was Def Leppard for me, and then I was listening to all the stuff on the radio. And then I heard Iron Maiden, and then I sold my soul to Satan from that.
Yeah, well, that's
it's been all downhill since.
Yeah, I think that's happened to all of us. I remember. We had a record store not far from our house. This place called Gregory's, and I remember that first time I ever saw. I didn't. Again, I was like you. I was listening to the radio. I went in that store and I saw the first time I ever saw an Iron Maiden's album. I just saw the cover, and I'm like, it just looked so fun. Had Eddie on the cover. I forget what album it was, but it was the coolest cover ever.
Ingenious.
And I bought it for the cover. Literally why I bought the album.
Right.
I brought it home and I'm like, holy shit, this is great.
Yep.
And it's one of those bands that, again, I had never really heard of them. I went out because they weren't being played on the radio or anything back then.
No, they still really are.
Well, fucking radio's dead now anyway. I mean, pretty much at this point, which is sad, man. It really is. I mean,
Yeah,
Music scene's changed, man.
I mean, if you look at it from a real larger point of view, all radio is giant commercial for various vendors around the area. They're just there to sell advertising space.
Yeah.
The music's just in between. You don't think about it, but it's true.
Yeah, that's TV. That's anything like that.
It's
I mean,
anything, you know.
yeah.
I mean, the days of calling up and requesting songs are over. I mean,
Yeah,
it's all
see,
computerized. The program director says, okay, Creed at 9 o'clock and Smash Mouth at 9:05, and they just hit buttons.
Yeah.
And there's no soul to it. You know.
Yeah, I
What are
think
you gonna do?
I told Steve this story when I first got out of the military. One of the first jobs I got while I was going through some other training that I was going through to do other things. I sat in, and I lived there for a little while. It was in Georgia. It was a little like one of those torpedo trailers at the top of a mountain. And to pay my rent, I just had to make sure while I was there, I woke up every hour on the hour to say you were listening to this station and because everything else was recorded. It just played through, and you had to legally do a live station announcement every hour. And
15
I would
every 15.
Yep. And I would have to do the live one. And so I just had a little thing that it would ring. I would sit up. I'd hit the thing, go, "You're listening to and I put it back. I go, I was right back out, man.
Well, at least the advantage, I guess, or the silver lining, I guess is a better way to put it, of radio being that way, it's made podcasts more important. Because it's kind of taking it from that perspective, but now it's brought it like you guys are doing. And I did it for a while too. And you can put on what you want to hear. You can take requests, and it's more from the heart. That's the way I see it.
Yeah, no,
it's like more music fans.
It's true, but when you get into like satellite radio, it's just like it was. It's just all pre-recorded crap, and it's being run over and over again. So, and it's funny because I was in the car one time with my friend, and we were driving, and I told her, I said, check this out. I said, I will change. I was on Sirius Radio. I said, I'm going to change through 10 channels. And every time I change a channel, it will be the beginning of a song. It's the beginning of a song. I changed the beginning of a song. It's almost like it even directs like the commercials. Radio. It's getting like your phone listening to you, giving you the commercials that it thinks you want to hear. It's insanity when you think about it. But
or
dude, that's why
stations and hear the same song at different stations.
Oh, well, that's the worst thing. That's the worst thing. It's funny you say that because that's the way radio is now. If you actually listen to terrestrial radio, and you'll go from one station to another, but you'll hear the same commercial. You'll go from a Preparation H commercial to a Preparation H commercial. I listen to a lot of like talk radio, so it's all.
You listen to a lot of radio. People have ass problems.
Apparently so. Apparently so.
This is oncologist radio.
Hey man, don't you put that down? It's a great station. But no, and it's cool because people like you, like I've been collecting vinyl since the '80s, man. I love my vinyl collection. I love vinyl, and there's something you get from that, especially if you get the old. Like if you go out and you go to a record store and buy some of those old records that are in the bin, and you even use your little thing, get a little bit of that static off, but listen to that record and listening to that recording. There's something that's just so raw and great about listening to vinyl. I love it.
Well, not to be geeky about it, because I fell down that rabbit hole. But if you think about it, back in the day, the albums were mastered for vinyl.
Yes.
Because the difference between vinyl and CDs, digital, vinyl is a physical media. So they use the thickness of the vinyl to make the bass to come out, and that's why sometimes if you have an album that's like got a lot of songs on it, they stretch it out. It sounds thin.
Yeah,
that's why double albums sound better.
Yep.
And what I find though, being now that I'm a vinyl geek, some of the best albums you can get are Japanese. And the reason being is back in the 70s and 80s, they kind of used vinyl over and over, recycled vinyl. But when they made them in Japan, it was virgin vinyl. They pressed it just for that. It wasn't reused. And they kind of took more attention sonically and package-wise and everything to make it look really, really, really good.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. No, it definitely makes a lot of sense. It really does. It really does, and I do. I have some like a lot of like Japanese like first runs of some older stuff, and you can like Loudness. I have one of the first Loudness albums from Japan.
I just picked this up. I just picked this up the other day.
Get the fuck out of here! No, see that's great. I love that, man. I love it. And then now of course they're making the records a lot thicker. And a lot of it's got to do with that to give that. Yep. Well,
you know.
Yep.
It's a niche market now. Yeah. Try going out and finding a CD player. You can find one.
Yeah. You got to
cost like $200.
Yep.
But
it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
But
at least now you can come. With stuff you can't hear on the radio, you can come see bands like us and see the vintage stuff and hear music from bands that just don't play anymore.
And that's what I want to do. I want to get. Let's get back to the band because that's what I wanted to ask you. Do you guys, do you ever like meld anything together? Like try to like give us a little fusion of like a little Zeppelin and Van Halen song together? Have you tried? Do you do that or?
No, we basically do a Van Halen song, a Zeppelin song. We don't break them up into sets.
Okay.
We mix the songs together.
That's actually
if anything, because some of the Led Zeppelin songs are. Let's be honest, they're a little dragged out.
Oh, yeah.
And nobody wants to hear a long blues interlude. We will do medleys of a couple Zeppelin songs. But mostly it's bang, 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 the song itself.
Yeah, because I don't know. I started thinking about it when I first saw you guys and we signed you. And I'm thinking, man, I don't know. I feel like there's probably some Van Halen songs and Zeppelin songs that you could almost kind of fuse. Yeah. Like do something, that could bring those two songs together.
Oh, I'm sure of it.
I don't know. I love that about music. I love how you can. There's so much. Music is just so incredible. And when you take two bands like you're giving us, and you think about the catalogs of music, and you think about the musicality of the two bands, and then you think about trying to put something together. It kind of does work. It really does work.
It does. And what helps is. We're fans of the catalog. So we'll do deep tracks like we have DOA, we have On Fire, we'll do like the Rover. It's not just rock and roll and Panama. It's a mix.
Yeah.
Obviously we're going to play the hits, but we'll throw some deep stuff in too.
Yeah, absolutely. So real quick, let's just give everybody that's tuning in. So that show is this Friday night here live at the Landis, Friday, April 18th.
Good Friday.
Yes, that's right.
Yes.
So this look, everybody's off work. Come see Stairway to.
That's right.
Hell.
Don't eat any meat. You're burning hell.
Yes. Dude, I'm gonna be banking those burgers. April 18th. Doors open at 7. Show starts at 8. Tickets $25.35. You're all in on that. There are no additional taxes and fees. Everything's in the price. Tickets are available not only at the door at thelandis.com and also by that adorable little QR code over there in the bottom.
Look at that. Right underneath the gatekeeper there.
Yes, yes, exactly. Exactly.
It's like a pedestal.
Yes, and like I said, we're a little different venue. Like I said, when you get here, you'll see. We're more of a we turned it into a rock venue. We have like surround video and surround stuff, so you'll get a show if you want. Go on our YouTube or somewhere and take a look at some of the shows that we've done, and you'll see kind of where we go creatively with bands and try to bring things together.
I was definitely given the great kind of like so I was told all about how great you guys are a long time ago because I'm good friends with the guys at Evil Empire. Rage Against the Machine tribute.
Dude, they're so good, man.
Yeah. Tony, singer Tony. He's like
sick, dude.
Kicks
it's crazy. He sounds just like him.
Yes, he does.
You know.
And the thing is, in a place like this where you can do a surround thing, and you got him up there doing that, and you bring everything to life, dude, you feel like you're in the middle of something, and it's just the coolest feeling ever. And
well, the good thing about that is, we don't stand still on stage. We're moving all around.
Good.
So we'll take advantage of the space.
Oh, you got space, baby. You definitely got space here.
Like more cowbell. Take advantage of the space, baby.
Yeah, you got 40. You got 44 feet of space here. It's a big.
It's gonna be awesome. We're really looking forward to it.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. And like I said, because I noticed in your promo, like you got the scrims up and all. You don't need any of that stuff. You don't even have to bring it. We'll put amps up behind you. We have Marshals we'll put up. We'll make it look really nice, and we don't have to hide anything, and we'll bring everything to life for you. It looks really nice.
Is it real Van Halen or all empty cabs?
No. There are some. We do have empties though.
It's 50-50.
That's cool.
Yep. Yeah, so it's actually really cool, but we'll make it look good because
Awesome.
I like Steve knows too. We like to do that. We like to make sure the audience gets a great show too. You know.
Yeah. And I will say that we do our very best to make the songs as album authentic as we can.
Nice.
You know, Billy's got the guitar tone. If there's a high note, I'm hitting it. If there's a low note, I'm hitting it. If there's a David Lee Roth scream, I'm hitting it.
Nice.
I'm not doing flying jump kicks though, because I won't be able to move the next day. They'll be carrying me out in the ambulance.
You know what it is? That's the one thing. That's the one thing about doing the classic Van Halen is if you can't do the screams and you can't hit the notes, it's tough. It's a tough. Well, look, even classic. Look, if you go back, God, man, Led Zeppelin,
man, yeah,
dude, some of the notes that they're hitting in some of those songs and some of those highs, you know.
Well, I promise you, I'll sing all the lyrics. I'm not going to go. I forgot the fucking words, man. No, I'm going to sing all the lyrics. I may forget the words, but I'll just look down. I'm like, oh, there. Okay.
Dude, we look forward to the show, Andre. We really do, man.
It'll be fun. I think you'll dig it.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. I'm looking forward to it. It's your first time here. Cool. And we're looking we're really looking forward. And again, you got a lot of like cool vinyl going behind you, so I feel like there's a little kindred spirit between us all. So I think this is a good show, man.
Well, I'm not a stranger to playing New Jersey. I've played there a few times. I used to play with Eddie Ojeda from Twisted Sister.
Oh, nice.
Most recently, I was playing shows with Jack Frost and Johnny Kelly. We played dingbats all around the area.
Yeah, Johnny's
so I got
played here a couple times. Yep.
Johnny's good friend, and Charlie, who's an Angel now, and now Jack's at Aldo Nova. It's New Jersey's been kind of like a second home for gigs for me. Like I got a lot of friends down there. Be fun.
We talked last year about bringing Aldo Nova in. I think I forget because I couldn't believe they were still around. I mean, after all these years, you know. And
I just saw him last year. He sounded great.
Yeah, I remember the one song in particular that they had that one big hit, and that was like the real big hit.
Oh, Fantasy.
Yes, that's a great tune though, man.
It's awesome.
Especially if you're wearing headphones. You listen to that music on headphones, man. It's just it sings like no other because they used to use stereo, like the Cars did. Whenever the Cars would record, they would literally use that. Because back then, a lot of people wore, especially in my family, because my dad would kick your ass if he heard your music. So you'd have to wear
turn it down.
We had 4 boys, 4 girls. You had 8 kids listening to music. So it was headphones.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I had a PA system in my room.
Hell no.
I don't know how I got away with that one, but
I got my ass
I had a full-blown PA system in my room.
See, my house, I got 2 brothers, 2 sisters. So at the time, my older brother's married. So it was my brother and my 2 sisters and I. So I'm sitting in the room listening to Twisted Sister and stuff. My brother's in the room next door cranking Chicago and Chuck Mangione. And then my sister's in the other room listening to Hall & Oates and Prince. So I have that mix. I think it's a good mix.
That's what I have, man. It's funny because I the same thing, man. I grew up, I was a kid in the 70s. My sisters listened to disco. My brothers were listening to classic rock. And then you go coming up through the 80s, with the 80s, everybody became the 80s. It was a weird time with the 80s because we've said this a million times in this show, how every band, no matter who you were, from the Rolling Stones to, Queen, that you're wearing a Queen shirt, everybody had their 80s change. They came into the 80s and made that, David Bowie, probably one of the best with the Let's Dance album. They all came in. And then Twisted, it's funny, too, because you play with Twisted Sister. That was the last band I saw, and that would have been 1984 before I went into, it was the Come Out and Play tour.
Oh, yeah. The manhole cover.
Yep. And that was the last band I saw in Philly before I went in the Army. 2 days later, I got on a bus and went to Oklahoma. But and it was Dokken opened up. We went. I wanted to see Dokken. We've had George Lynch play here a couple times.
I tell you right now,
now
that you mentioned that, our drummer BJ is a very good friend of mine. He's the current drummer of Dokken as well.
Oh, get out of here!
You're gonna have a little bit of Dokken on stage.
Yeah. Oh, I love. That was such a good show, man. I'll never forget that show. Again, it was the last show I got to see before I went in. And then, of course I saw, I was lucky enough to go around the world and see a lot of different shows and different bands all over after that. But it was that last Philly show, that big show before I went in was Twisted Sister, and Doc. And I'll be honest, I wanted to see Dokken more than anything.
Sure,
Twisted Sister put on this. That tour was somewhere. I think that tour is available on video. I remember there was a video. It was a VHS tape, but it was.
I think it was an MTV concert.
It might have been. Maybe that's what it was that I
so.
remember. But they had this huge stage thing. Like the one guy, like it came out of the manhole cover. Somebody came out of the hood of a car.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the band came out of all the. It was a really cool show, man. It was really a good stage show.
Well, the thing is too about the 80s. There were no genres and subgenres and all that. I mean, you'd have festivals like the Oz Festival.
Yeah.
You'd have a bill that had David Bowie and Van Halen and Motley Crue on it, and nobody cared.
Exactly.
It's still like that in Europe, but it's not really like that here anymore.
Yeah, man. I wish that the live music world like that would come back to the United States like it is in Europe.
Yeah.
It is. But look, man, we got some more guests coming on for our Saturday show. You know, you came on right after Scotty Austin and all those guys.
Cool.
From we got that tour coming in. Peter Dante. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Peter. He's been in all those Adam Sandler movies.
Okay.
Grandma's Boy. Grandma's Boy is one of my favorite, man. He plays the best drug dealer I've ever seen in my life.
It's hilarious.
And of course, Danny Boone from REHAB was just on. So
Nice.
you're following up some great guys, man. And I'm looking forward to you and see if
It's gonna be a cool weekend. You guys gonna be there?
Oh hell yeah!
Of course.
So
Right on, man.
I'm a hands-on owner, man. I do all the video and all the stuff that goes on across the walls. Steve does all the lights and pretty much keeps everything in tune with the music and the sound system. And then we have a front of house engineer who's fucking phenomenal. Bob has been doing this for a very long time. We're all award-winning people in our own rights for what we do. So you got one of the best booths you're gonna have.
I can't wait, man. And I promise you, I have no LSD. I just like to play. I just like to have fun. That's it. You could even ask Billy. Bill's like, you're the easiest guy I've ever met with. I'm like, man, just give me Wi-Fi and a sandwich. I'm fine.
Dude, we're gonna have fun, man. It's gonna be a great show. I'm looking forward to it. All right,
Right on,
thank
guys.
you for coming on, brother.
You got it. We'll see you on Friday.
See you Friday night. Safe travels getting here, brother.
Thanks, man.
Take care, man.
Take it easy, guys.
That is Stairway to Halen, dude. I'm excited for this, man.
Yes.
Especially after talking to him. I think I'm probably a little more excited now than I was.
Got a little bit of a better idea.
Yeah,
of when it is
exactly.
coming in,
It is this Friday, April 18th. Tickets $25.35. You're all in on those ticket prices. No additional taxes and fees. Doors open at 7. Show starts at 8. Tickets available at the door. TheLandis.com or with that cute little QR code sitting down there staring at me with his He's got 2 big eyes and a mouth and a pimple on his chin down there or something. I just noticed it looks like a face. It's just staring at me from the corner of the screen.
Good Lord. Good Lord. But yeah, we can head right into this one too.
Hell
We're just
yeah.
chugging along here.
Hell
tonight.
yeah. Which I'm excited for this, man.
Yes.
Look, as most of you know that have tuned into this show or have been here, and Joe, of course, was, if he's still tuned in, was a part of all this. Was the band Styx actually played here. They rehearsed for their tour here, which was phenomenal. Thanks to Kathy and George and all the guys that put all that together and got them here. And it was great hanging with the band. We they gave us tickets to see them when they were in Philly, and it was fantastic. So we're big Styx fans, always have been. They've literally played in the building. So when you come here and you're going to give us some Styx, you got to give us Styx, baby.
Yeah.
But Boston, we have never had a Boston tribute.
No, we have not. We have not.
And now you're putting together 2 bands that got a lot of music.
Yes.
All right.
This is we should have we should have thought of a name for this weekend, like a mashup.
Yeah, everybody. You got Saving Abel and REHAB.
Yeah.
You got Van Halen and Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
And Boston and Styx.
Now.
That's pretty
So,
cool.
Yes, I got a promo for that, and I will get to work on bringing all of these guys on here.
All right, let's do
Got
this.
a whole
Let's see this.
crew.
I
I
don't
love
think I've seen the promo yet.
Yes, here we go. Oh, just got to turn it down first.
Welcome to the grand illusion. Come on in and see what's happening. Pay the price if you think it's for the show.
Austin and Styx show. How's it going, gentlemen?
How's it going with you guys?
Good. Welcome
What's
to
happening?
Absolute Vodka presents live at the Landis podcast. How you guys doing tonight?
Awesome.
Good.
What
Awesome.
it looks like? Do we have the whole band on? This is.
We have everybody but our lead singer.
Oh wow, man! So we got all the important people.
Yes.
Yes.
How's it going, gentlemen?
Very good. Very good.
Very
Steve,
well.
nice to see you in person.
Yes, you as well.
Let's start at the top up there, and let's just go through names and everyone, and introduce yourself and what you do in the band, so everybody knows who we're talking to.
Cool. I'm Neil. I'm one of the two guitar players.
Okay, welcome, Neil. And next to you is.
That's me. I'm Tony, the other guitar player.
Oh, nice. And we got somebody down there with no video.
Oh,
Yeah. Wonder who that is.
That's me, Rich, bass.
That's Rich.
he's got a face for radio. Yeah.
And then I think we're just missing our drummer, if he's not on.
No,
Oh, that's
I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
Well,
Where's your video?
We have a keyboard player
Yeah,
next
He's
to you,
there.
it looks
He's
like.
very light.
Hi, I'm Alex. I play
Alex,
keys
how
and
you doing,
guitar.
Alex?
Good. Yourself?
Good. And then our drummer, what's your name, brother?
My name is Rob.
I
I'm the
can see-
important guy of the band.
I can see you down there. You are, man.
Thanks, brother. Much appreciated.
Well, look, man, you're standing up to Todd, one of our good buddies now, man, who came here and gave us Styx. I don't think Zucker anybody's played drums like him here.
Let me tell you, Todd is one of my all-time favorite drummers, man. I would love to meet him.
He's such a nice guy too, and you know what's funny is he actually there's a lot of drummers that I know from the area that when they came, they're all like, we saw him at the Styx show, a lot of them, and they're like, yeah, we're here to see him backstage. He literally works with drummers.
Yeah, he does.
It's
He has
so
those
cool.
master classes.
Yeah, it's so cool, man, and he's such a nice guy, and
Yep.
he is a master, bro. Because we like I said, when you get to see that man in the flesh doing his thing, it's pretty amazing, man. So you got a lot
He
of-
is flawless. He's just incredible. The way he approaches things and the way he plays, my jaw drops every time I watch him.
Well, if you got an extra $80,000 around, you can buy his drum set, and he'll put it together for you.
Yeah, is that the new sonar that he switched over from Pearl?
Yeah.
He's selling the Pearl. Yeah.
He's selling the Pearl for $80,000, and he'll come to your house, put it
I've
together
seen
for you,
that.
and cook you dinner.
Oh, he's a cooker also. He cooks food.
Yeah.
I love it.
You cannot. That is probably the quickest you could get a Pearl Masterworks drum kit right now at the moment. The
I'm
backlog
sure.
on those is insane. It's insane.
Yeah, I can't.
I'm
So if
sure.
you got $80,000 lying around, you get one next day.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, not $80,000, maybe $8,000, but that's not $80,000.
So let me ask you, how long's this band been together? I don't know who wants to lead the charge.
I guess I'll jump in. We've been around a couple of years putting this project together. And we've been gigging for about a year.
Okay.
So,
I just had on my Facebook memories that our first gig was, I think, a year ago yesterday.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Now, are you playing? Where are you playing? Mainly up in the New York area, or are you guys?
actually, a lot of New England, up in Rhode Island, New Hampshire,
Okay.
Connecticut, and this is our first trip down to visit you guys.
Nice, man. Well,
we're
I'm
pretty
looking
stoked.
forward to it. Like I said, we're big Styx fans. They rehearsed here. It was a great time having them in the house.
I watched them from this very seat.
Yeah, literally sat here and watched them, get ready from right here. They we actually record this show live right in the theater, in the balcony of the theater every week.
Went on.
So I got it. So this what I thought was called the name works, Bostyx. It just works. But when I first heard it, I'm like, we never really had a Boston tribute here. I love Boston.
Yeah.
And if there's, I feel like right before, it's funny because this whole week is like double bands. We have Scotty Austin from Saving Abel and Danny Boone from REHAB coming in Thursday. With, of all people, Peter Dante from all like the Waterboy movies and everything.
Yeah.
Then we have, this Friday, we have a Stairway to Halen, which is Led Zeppelin and Van Halen. And then we have you guys, Boston and Styx. Now, this is the only one to me that it's easy when you say Boston and Styx to put these two bands together. I mean, the keyboards, the drums, the guitars, the vocal. These are two bands that are very similar to me in so many ways.
And very
And
talented.
iconic.
Oh, yes. Oh, beyond
Very
challenging.
talented.
Beyond challenging. You're taking on some serious music here.
Yeah, we spent, like I said, we spent a good amount of time getting this to the point now. And yeah, we do a really good job of covering the records and making it real. And Singer just, it's basically how the band got together. We were doing a prog rock thing right after COVID.
Okay.
And we found Raj, who's our singer, and right away we were actually in the prog rock thing doing some Boston, some Styx. But when we heard this guy sing, we knew we found the right guy to try to put this together. So it's going really well.
Now, when you come together on the show, now do you don't do two sets of music, right? You just kind of mix everything throughout the whole show.
Yeah, so it's funny, you know, a lot of the questions I get when we walk into a new venue is, so is it Boston opening for Styx or
Yeah, I
so
was hoping it
it's
was more
not.
of a
We did a
mix.
mix of both for both sets, so it's a mix up of both bands for both sets.
Nice, because I think that would flow better too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it's kind of a better flow.
yeah,
And then again, you don't want all the Styx fans walking out after the Styx set, and you know, so just trying to safety it, you know.
That's us.
That's
They're
yes.
their tour manager basically for their whole life has become a good friend of ours, George. And I literally sat with George and his family with Styx up in whatever the hell it's called now, in Camden, for their show in Camden. It was a Sunday night, and Styx started. It was Foreigner and Styx tour, and
Nice.
Styx was the opening band, and Foreigner was the headline, the closing band. And I looked at George, and George said, "Oh, no, Styx is always the main band." He goes, "We're just doing this because it's Sunday, and people want to go home and get ready for work, so we let Styx go first." And I'm going to tell you, man, right after Styx, the place cleared out. And we
There you go.
We
There
did.
you
this fucker here is the only reason I stayed for 3 or 4 songs. I left my seat because George left. Because he went with the band, his family left, everybody. So I'm like, well, I moved over to where these guys were sitting on the other side,
Yeah.
and we're hanging out over there.
The
And
whole
it's like,
section back there.
yeah, we're
Wow,
like
that's awesome.
three songs in from Foreigner, and I looked at him and I'm like, dude, this sucks, man. I'm ready to leave.
Yeah,
man."
yeah.
And he's like, it's not Foreigner, it's a tribute to
Yeah,
Foreigner.
the buzz wore off real quick on that
Yeah,
one.
and after you saw Styx with this huge light show and
Yeah,
lasers
yeah.
and the music and the real members, and then all of a sudden, these 4 or 5 guys come out pretending to be, Foreigner with like 6 light boxes. You're like, all right, I'm good. I'm out of here.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it was. It definitely. You went from as
Hard
high
act
as
to
you could go with
follow.
Styx
Hard
to
act to
that.
follow.
And it's,
Yeah.
oof, that's
And
tough.
and they probably should have mixed that show up a little bit. It probably
Yeah,
would have.
yeah.
Can you imagine Foreigner and Styx mixing everything up?
Yeah,
But-
jeez.
But that was fun. So I'm excited, man. Now, are you guys playing? Now do you play a lot of the? I guess Boston is mainly all classic. Now, do you Styx started more of like a rock band, and they became that theatrical progressive band that they became.
Yeah, we kind of mixed it up with the Styx, so we cover most of the eras with Boston. We cover most of the eras. You know, obviously we're covering most of the first Boston album, and then a couple of the hits that
That
are
was their
off
big
of
album. That was such
the
a great album too, man. Such an amazing album. That's one of those
Oh,
iconic
it's great.
classic albums, man.
And you know, it's a cool thing because
Cover.
everybody in the band is a real big fan of both of these bands.
You have
So,
to. You
so
have
we
to be.
put a lot into it, and we know the history of the band, and you know, it's a labor of love for all of us to be, honored to tribute these guys, both of
Yeah.
these.
Well,
So,
give us a little bit, Neil. Give us a little bit of background on you and like what your musical background and what you were doing prior to this. Besides,
well, for me, the drummer Rob and I played together in the '80s and had a very successful band. And then I broke off and actually gave up playing for a long time. I picked it up again during COVID. So my job on this, besides doing this, is I'm a touring sound guy.
okay,
So I've been doing that for like 40 years.
nice.
So I got too busy to play. And then during COVID, Rob convinced me to get back to it. And we got it started slowly. And this thing came out of,
you know, a lot of hard work and a lot of searching on what we were going to do. And it tends to be something that everybody wants to see. You know, it's a really good demographic.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think you're right. It's two bands that it's like chocolate and peanut butter.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Now Rob down there, Rob actually looks like he's
Yo,
on an episode of Cops. There, it looks like.
Yep.
He's got Cops. But let's just move over to Tony real quick. So Tony, you're real quick on the on you. A little background.
Well, I've been playing in bands, tribute bands since the 90s. I was involved with Alice in Chains tribute for a while.
Oh, nice.
And spent a few years with them. I was doing some different cover things the last few years. And Rob and I know each other from like a party band that we were playing in. It was you know, locals, you know, kind of a thing. It was nice and easy. And those guys were a band, you know, Neil and them. And they needed obviously a second guitar player for the Boston stuff and the Styx stuff. I also play some acoustic, so I kind of cover those parts of switching between the acoustic and electric.
That's awesome. I tell you, I felt one of the things, and Steve will tell you, when Tommy was here, Tommy Shaw's got this enormous guitar rack. I mean, it's just huge. And I have a photo of it somewhere. I think I posted it on my Instagram. But he's got every guitar in there. Every song, he has a different guitar. Some songs, he uses two guitars. He doesn't play the same guitar on any song. Then some songs, he has two guitars. And you'll see him you'll see him, like, throw the guitar on him in the middle of a song. You're like Come Sail Away's one.
Yes.
Where he changes guitars, like, in the middle of the song.
Yeah, don't worry, I don't do that.
I've never seen so many guitars.
He chucks them. Like, he really does.
I've never seen so many guitars.
They don't just hand them off. You know?
So on top of that rack,
I bring like 4 guitars.
Box that looks exactly like one of his heads.
Well, on the top of his rack, actually, was he calls her Mandy. His mandolin was up there. Yeah, that's the.
We'll have to share some pictures together.
Oh, definitely.
And,
now,
I
Rich,
got hang with them. They're awesome
can't
guys.
see Rich there, but Rich, you want to give us a little background? Is Rich still there? All I see is a white dot.
You know who's here? Raj actually joined us. So you've got the lead singer.
We'll skip him.
Yeah, welcome, Raj. How you doing down there, buddy?
Hey, I'm doing well. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. You look like you're in an airport or something, man.
I'm actually at a off-strip casino in Vegas. I'm an investor in a whiskey distillery, so we have like a very private event here. So I just kind of stay for 3 minutes so I can just say hello.
Well, we appreciate you coming on, man. Since let me tell you, the guys were saying nothing but great things about you. We're looking forward to this, man.
Listen, you're going to hear me say it on stage on Saturday, and I always do, but they make my life easy, man. I just have to show up and sing. And I couldn't be more grateful for these guys because I don't have to work that hard.
Well, no, most bands will tell you the singer doesn't. It's the drummer, man. The drummer's the guy that works the hardest, man.
Thank you. Finally.
And our drummer
in my corner.
Can the drummer get some?
Hey, don't worry. Rob reminds me every time after a show. Don't worry.
Well, it's not that. I mean, we watch it. You know, we watch it week after week after week. They come in, they set up the kit, they put everything together, they beat the shit out of it for 2 hours. Then they're soaked in sweat, taking it all apart, packing it back up, and everyone else is drinking in the back and leaving. You know, you're like, wait a minute, this poor guy's out here with his
Listen, I will give myself a little credit here. And Rob knows this. I always ask him if he needs help. I don't have entire lead singer syndrome. Not yet.
That's true.
You got to remember,
I agree.
Drummers sometimes, don't take this the wrong way, Rob. They're like women in the way that when they say they don't want help, that means yes.
They really do.
Yes. Symbols and put them in that bag.
You shouldn't even have to ask.
Yeah, exactly.
So true.
But the biggest thing is we have a young player in the band who's 31 and he carries my equipment like he's a bull.
There you go.
Is that
Right,
Alex?
TC?
Multi-talented he is.
So multi-talented and keyboards
extraordinaire.
and carrying equipment.
He's the man. TC is
Luckily,
done
I-
for it.
Go ahead, Alex.
Luckily, I come from a family of drummers. So even though I was, I played a lot of drums growing up. I'm a bass player primarily, but I do a lot of keyboard stuff. Always have just for the fun of it. But it's one of those things, you see the drummer doing his thing, you watch him set up his drums once or twice, you see how he likes his stand set up, so I just kind of, once I see him break out his cases, I kind of get everything ready for him and let him kind of jimmy everything into place. I feel it's more than fair.
And Raj is over there drinking whiskey instead, right?
Living the dream.
He's making whiskey.
Listen, I have a rule generally, right? Like I don't drink before and during shows, but then once that last note is done, I'm ready for my whiskey neat.
Well, Raj, while we got you on, give me a little history of you, my friend, a little bit of your background.
Yeah, I think these guys discovered me. I mean, between Rob and Neil and Rich, and I think the first time Tony ever saw me was probably around the same time. I am my favorite singer of all time. My favorite band of all time is Led Zeppelin, Robert Plant. And so I was doing a thing for a charity event. It was Toys for Tots in December 22. And I was just kind of going, I remember that. I was just going from like one gig to another doing this kind of stuff. And I was enjoying it. But Rob reached out to me, I remember, early 23, and wanted to do something a little bit more serious. And then a few months later, I approached Rob and said, hey, what do you think about Boston? And then he's like, sounds great. What do you think about Styx? I'm like, let's see where this goes. But my singing style for years has been blues, soul, rock for a long time, but it's been like a really incredible adjustment for me to do Brad Delp and Tommy Shaw, Dennis DeYoung in particular. I just there's something magnanimous and theatrical about his voice that has really captivated me, and I think these guys will tell you.
He was that guy. He was that theatrical guy. I mean, he's technically the reason they broke up because.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah,
Exactly right.
Yeah, and he wasn't. And I'm sorry. Do you remember the singer now?
Terry Gowan.
Terry, yeah. Dude, he brings it too. Like when.
He's great.
When he sang here, that's the first time I had ever heard
Lawrence.
him. What's that?
Lawrence. Terry's his brother. That's the bass player.
Yeah, that's right. Because Terry was the new bass player that came in while they were rehearsing here. But Lawrence, he came in and his voice. I was like, man, it was very Dennis DeYoung. That's a tough thing because you're going from that theatrical feel, you know what I mean, and that was with Styx, and that's what made Styx good, I think, is because you went from him to Tommy Shaw, and for me personally, most of my favorite Styx songs Tommy sang. I mean, you know, and even JY, with Miss America and stuff, that was a band that not only had talent,
Oh, great tune.
still has
Great
talent,
tune.
but you had so many great singers in one band. So,
JY still kills it on that song.
Yes, he does.
I was
Yes, he
so
does.
shocked when they played that here, and him looking the way he does,
Yeah.
and seeing him.
Well,
come
Tommy
out,
Shaw,
killed it.
Tommy Shaw has sort of like this. He actually has this blues feel to his voice. There's a little rasp. I think he varied his voice more than Dennis DeYoung on the early to mid albums.
Oh, agreed.
And I really enjoyed that. So that's the reason why, anybody who listens to Renegade, I mean, you can hear it. I mean, that's not a Dennis DeYoung song.
Oh, not at all. Not at all.
Right?
And I think that's what it was. Tommy couldn't be a nicer dude, man. When I tell you, probably one of the nicest guys I've ever met. It was funny because Tommy and JY were in my car and we were driving, and JY's in the back. And we're having a conversation about blueberries. And I said something to him, and I turned around, and he was asleep. And Tommy's like, "Yeah, don't worry about it. He'll wake back up right in the middle of the conversation in a little bit." So it was kind of funny. But Tommy, that's exactly what I love about it. And when you're trying to put Boston and Styx together, I think the two bands really work well together because of the theatrics that Dennis DeYoung brought to the band. And as long as you can emulate what Tommy did in the band, which is almost a similar but totally different feel. Like you said, it's that bluesy rock feel in his voice, but you already have that anyway because that's where you come from. So it kind of works with this band. It really does work. So I'm looking forward to this band. I don't know if you know a lot about our venue. I bought it probably about 6 years ago, right before COVID, and we have a lot of national acts. Like Thursday, we have national acts coming in, but then we really try to bring the best of the best tribute acts in just to keep that music alive and keep it going. And I was excited when they sent me you guys, and I was like, dude, I'm really curious about this because I think the two, like I said, it's like a Reese's peanut butter cup, man. The chocolate and peanut butter seem to go together with this band.
And it's working. It seems to be working.
It's really special. And I got to tell you, like some of our shows earlier this year, I remember there was one. We were guys. It was in District, right? Where was it? Ton.
District.
And
District.
in the middle of. Then this is just an anecdote to kind of prove why this is so special. There was a woman that followed the band down to the green room, which was underneath the stage, and she knocked on the door. And she's like, "Hey, can I speak to the singer?" And I was like, "I would love to meet her, for sure." And she said, "I just want you to know, Brad Delp was a dear friend of mine."
Oh, nice.
And it was devastating to me, when he left this earth. And she was just like, you could see there was almost tears in her eyes, and suggesting that like this is really, really special. And you can't you have to like memorialize those moments.
Yeah.
And that's one of those moments that I'm just going to stick with me until the day I die.
Yeah,
and that's what it is.
You're taking on, like we said, technically with JY in the mix, you're taking on 4 iconic voices, and that's a task in its own. And then you got this band behind you that's got to be great. You guys seem like you're going to be fucking great. I can't wait. But now you got a band that's bringing this music to life behind you, and this is not easy music to play. We're musicians as well, and this is tough music. It's not easy.
Well, listen, these guys will tell you I am super self-critical. We do even things like the band debriefs after every show. Channeling the energy is really, really important. And I like, there's something that we all have to learn from every show that we do. And as long as we continue to just learn that thing, if it's just one tidbit that creates the better experience every single next show, we're doing the right thing. And, listen, I hope that we kill it at the Landis. I'm super excited. I will be the first to tell you, and all these guys know that I have all of my throat care things and like or whatever. Like I am always nervous before a show. I'm always nervous before
the table, like a pharmacy, the little table.
Well, you know what? That's good. It's funny because that's you got to take care of your voice, man. We've had some of the greats here. Glenn Hughes, of course of Trapeze and Deep Purple and all those, and of course Glenn's was with Dead Daisies and so many bands. He's been here now, 4 or 5 times he's played. He's become like a family member here. He was literally indoctrinated into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as the voice of rock and roll. And at 73 now, the man is still singing like he was 20 years old. If you take care of your voice,
he hits those high notes effortlessly.
It's insane. I have my former girlfriend had taken a video of him while he was here, like doing almost like a solo vocal thing.
During Mistreated.
During Mistreated. And man, you got to see the video. You see, there were people in the audience. You could hear them going, "What the fuck?" It was
I
just
played
insane.
with Glenn Hughes at the Whiskey in Los Angeles, and I did a rock camp with him.
Oh,
He was
how great is
unreal.
Glenn, man?
Oh, it's such a humanitarian, unbelievable.
Dude, I love the man to death. And like I said, the last time he was here, I remember the bus pulled up back, and I walked out to say hi to him. And he opened his arms. He goes, "Raymond, I'm home." I'm like, "Oh man!" I mean, this is fucking Glenn Hughes.
Tremendous individual.
Yeah. Oh, what a great guy, man. But that's what you got to have. You got to. So Raj, you're right there. You got to take care of that voice, especially again, you're taking on 4 really iconic voices in one band. So you got a tremendous job, and you definitely have a tremendous band behind you. I mean, I can hear it, and I can see there's a lot of respect in this band, and I like that, man. I really do. I can't.
Well, that's what it's all about. Listen, if we're not having fun on stage, we shouldn't be doing this. Because all of us have day jobs, and we can be doing those things instead.
Yeah.
And yet we sacrifice and we take those Fridays off, or for many of us who work over the weekends, we take those things off because the what we're trying to accomplish is that experience that people felt when they were listening to these bands in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
And I'm like I said, and I got to run here for it right now, but I just the last thing I'm going to say is there's nothing more, there's no higher calling than to get and to help people feel the way they felt when they felt they were the best.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yep.
In music, it's one of those things. It's a therapeutic thing, even for me. Everybody is going through something in lives, and I'm involved in like 7 different ventures at the same time. Music is the thing that gets me back to a place of being the best version of myself, and I think that is the case for a lot of people.
That's nice. That's nice.
And so, anyway, I got to run, guys. But thank you for having me.
Just have a safe trip back. Have a safe flight, and we will see you on Saturday, my friend.
See you on Saturday.
Take
care,
care,
guys.
Take care. And I was just about to bring Rich on and say hi to Rich and let him talk about himself, but he disappeared again.
Oh man.
So Alex, real quick, we were before Raj came on, we were talking about you. Now you're playing bass with the band, or you playing keys?
So I play keys and some rhythm guitar in the band.
Okay. Okay.
I come like Rob was saying about my helping him out with drums. I come from a family of drummers. My father's a drummer. My brother's a drummer. My father was a 70s fusion guy. Mob Vision Orchestra, Weather Report, Return to Forever.
Nice.
My brother's a metalhead, and my mother was a Motown gal. So a lot of Motown, a band like Earth, Wind and Fire, stuff like that. The one common ground that we all kind of had in the house was Genesis. So growing up, I was always a Genesis fan. But about the time I turned 8, I discovered the great bass player Jaco Pastorius, and I wanted to be a bass player. So from ages 8 to about 25 or so, I was primarily a bass player, and I just kind of played keys for fun. When the pandemic happened, once it was over with, the only gigs that I had that came back were my keyboard gigs. So I sort of say I became a full-time keyboardist de facto, really. And this particular project, I'm the new guy. There was another keyboard player before me, Mark, who had moved out of state, and Neil was kind of left with the task of finding a keyboard player. So he reached out to an old friend of his, who I had met through another friend, and it kind of got my name got passed through the grapevine that way. Like 4 degrees of separation from us. But I went to a rehearsal. They said, I need you to learn these 10 songs. They gave me 2 weeks, and I just stuck my nose at the keyboards until I got everything down.
Nice. And Jaco's a little bit of a legend down here. His nephew, what was his name? David Pastorius. He just played here not long ago with who was he with?
Pat Travers.
Pat Travers, that's right. He's playing bass with Pat Travers.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he was here, and we actually kind of hit it off really well.
Yeah.
He's got it. What's the name of his band?
Local 518.
Yeah, Local 518. If you haven't heard, you should listen. The band's called Local 518.
David
that
Pastorius in the local 5-1.
yeah, that's David. That's Jocko's nephew, and you should hear him play, man. He was probably one of the sickest bass players we've ever had on this stage. I mean,
Would you put him in a similar realm to like his Jocko's son Felix?
Oh yeah, without a doubt, without a doubt. Wait, you got to listen to his, but you got to listen to it, and
I'll check him out. Local 518.
Oh, you have to. Yeah. Oh, he's phenomenal, man. I mean, really phenomenal. And Pat Travers put together a hell of a band, and when they put him in, he was so good. They were giving him bass solos because it was just you had to, man. You know what I mean? I mean, the guy comes from lineage, man. You know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's cool.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool. And then Rob, I see you've finally parked, man. We can see
dude.
We can see the episode of Cops has come to an end. He has come to the station.
It's to the end, bro. Do you see the shirt, brother?
I see.
Look at that.
There you go.
That's nice. Is that a hoodie? You guys do
That's a
hoodies?
hoodie.
Oh, that's nice. See, I'm a hoodie guy, man.
Are you?
Yeah, so is Steve. He's wearing one right here. We're hoodie guys, man. I love the hoodie, man. That's nice.
Excellent.
So, look, Rob, now that we got you in the light, man, give us a little background real quick.
Oh, how much time do you guys have?
We got about another 5 minutes.
Oh, that's going to be rough. So I've been with Neil for forever. And I've been with Tony in another band. This is the first time I'm in a band with Rich and Alex and Raj, the first time also. But I've been in like a couple of tribute bands. I played a lot with a lot of different people. I don't know. What else do I got, guys? Anything else, Neil?
Well, how long you been playing drums? You've been playing drums since you were
Since I was 8. Yeah, 8 years old.
Now,
been on tour with Neil.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. There's so much. I mean, there's so much stuff to talk about. I don't have that much time.
See, that's okay. So you started playing when you were a kid, and now now what brought you into this band? Now are you one of the founders of the band? I heard. Is that?
Yeah.
It was going back and forth there.
Yeah, me and Neil, we did Pigeon Head, right? And then from there we researched Raj, and then Rich. No, we had Rich. Rich and I was one of the founding members also.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we seeked out Tony. We need another guitarist. And then Raj had this idea to do an album of the month for this place called Lucy's. And we said we should just try to combine both acts. And I was talking to Neil. This is what we call the band Bostyx. And
it works, man. It's definitely
and it's
a
stuck.
good name. Yeah, but the logo looks great. It's a great name. You couldn't have put the two bands together and come up with a better name. There's nothing. You couldn't have possibly done that. That's for sure.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Totally agree.
Well, look, we're looking forward to the show this weekend. We get like literally thousands of people that watch this show before Saturday. Some watch it live on Tuesdays, and then throughout the week we get literally thousands of people that watch it. If you don't get to see the band here, we implore them to. We always show a recap next week of a little bit of the show, so people can, maybe if you're playing somewhere else, they can at least get to see you somewhere. Is there anything you want to, anybody, we'll go with Neil since you were up there and you were leading the charge. Anything you want to tell anyone about coming out to see the show?
Yeah, I mean, we're planning on blowing the roof off the place as we have been doing previous shows. And anybody that's in New Jersey or anywhere close, any Styx or Boston fans, this is the show you're going to want to see. And you definitely don't want to miss it while we're down there. That's where we're at. And we couldn't be more happy to come down that way and do this show with you guys. So, we're expecting a great night.
Let's just tell everybody real quick. It is this Saturday. Real quick, there it is, the Ultimate Boston Styx Tribute, Bostyx. I love the logo. Love everything about you guys are doing with your marketing material. It's Saturday, April 19th. Doors open at 7. Show starts at 8. Tickets are $25, $35. You're all in. Everything's built into the price. You're not going to get hit with any extra fees, any of that good stuff. We also have free parking. There's no reason for you not to come see these amazing guys. Tickets are available not only at the door, but at thelandis.com, and again by that cute little QR code that stares at me down there in that corner every time he comes on. So again, it's this Saturday night. You guys don't want to miss it. It's crazy. Like I said, we have a crazy weekend of music. We have, two bands, on Thursday we have it's literally two different artists, but then we have a band doing a double thing, and then a double thing on Friday, and a double thing on Saturday. So I'm excited. This is a night. This is a weekend for a lot of different music here at the Landis.
Hell yeah.
And we can all celebrate Easter together. There you go.
That's true. You got Good Friday. You got Easter right there. Good Friday. We have Stairway to Heaven, Stairway to Halen, actually, which is good. And then Bostyx. And you know what? A lot of people are off work on Friday. A lot of people are doing a 4-day weekend. You got nothing to do. It's been raining like hell. Here's something for you to do. Come out, see Bostyx. I think it's going to be a great show. I'm excited. I can tell you that. And I appreciate you guys coming on. I really do. Thank you.
Yeah, we will not disappoint. I'll tell you that. Guarantee it.
I'm looking forward to it, man. Like I said, you all seem like the perfect bunch to put together for this kind of show. So I'm excited. It should be a good time.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate you coming on. Thank you.
And Steven, let me say thank you for all your help and support with the advance, brother.
Oh, of course.
Yep.
That's my job.
Appreciate
He's the
it, brother.
producer. He sits behind the cans.
Yeah.
He's the one. He highlights our sponsors over here with
there you go.
Absolute, our Wanderback guys who we push, and of course Michael Kelly Guitars. Thank you again. So thank you again, guys, for coming on. We appreciate you coming on.
Thanks for having us.
The Absolute Vodka Live at the Landis podcast here, live from the Landis in Vineland, New Jersey. It is the ultimate Boston and Styx tribute this Saturday, April 19th. Again, show starts at 8. The doors open at 7. Tickets are available online right now. We will be pushing the hell out of this show for the next few days because we really want to bring everybody out to see this. I think it's going to be a good show, man.
Absolutely.
I think it's going to be a really good show. We're excited. Thank you again
a lot of people.
to Danny Boone from REHAB, of course, the amazing Peter Dante from all those Adam Sandler movies, and of course one of my favorites, Grandma Boy, for coming on, and the amazing Scotty Austin from Saving Abel for coming on earlier. Looking forward to that show on Thursday. And then, of course, Stairway to Halen we have coming to the house on Friday, doing a little Zeppelin and Van Halen. I'm excited for that one, too. I feel like, in a weird way, it's going to work.
Hell yeah, man.
I really do.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Bostyx, that you just heard from, basically the entire band was on, which is great, man. A bunch of great guys.
The entire band was
yes,
on, yeah.
absolutely. Bostyx, the ultimate Boston and Styx tribute band that will be coming in this weekend. And I have to tell you one more time, just thank you to Absolute Vodka. Available here. You got those cans we can throw up there. Available here, $10. Steve usually does this little spiel. I'll let him yell it out to you.
Yes, now available in our concessions. You can see Andy. We got a whole slew of people that do concessions
Andrew.
now. Yeah, but he still gets the shout out. Their Mango Mule and Grapefruit Paloma sitting at 7% ABV, and their Vodka Cran sitting at 4.5% for $10 a can.
And of course, Wanderback. If you want to give, bring them up and plug those.
Yes, Wanderback beer also now available everywhere here at the Landis and our upstairs venue 830 East. This is just a small offering of what they have, and I hear soon they're going to be starting some work downstairs.
Yeah,
so.
I can't wait.
Hell yes.
I cannot
Hell
wait.
yes. But yes, that is local. That is all Jersey fresh ingredients, and you can get it here.
And of course, the amazing Michael Kelly Guitar Company, versatile sound. Whether you're a beginner or seasoned pro, Michael Kelly guitars offer a range of tones that suit various genres, from soulful strumming to powerful riffs. Michael Kelly Guitars delivers the sound that you want. Visit them at michaelkellyguitars.com. Sign up, get a great guitar, become part of the family. michaelkellyguitars.com. All right, man. Good show. A lot of peeps on. A lot of good peeps, man. I got to admit, I'm excited about our first guest. We had 3 amazing people on.
Yes.
You know, Peter Dante dropped the Tom Cruise line.
Mic dropped.
Yeah. He does. He did the phone
drop at the end.
But he's a trip, man. I think he's definitely gonna be. We're gonna have a lot of fun on Thursday.
Hell yeah,
dude. Thursday night is gonna be a fun time here at the Landis, man. Some great acoustic tunes from some great bands, and the one and only Peter Dante, man, who yeah, man, I feel like Tom Cruise in Cocktail. I love that guy. Drive, monkey, drive.
Drive, monkey, drive.
Dude, that I have probably seen Step Brothers and Grandma's Boy more than I've seen any other comedy in my life. The only thing that comes close to is maybe like Steve Martin's The Jerk, or you know, there's a few that you watch, but those two.
I can quote Step Brothers.
Yeah,
like
but they're two of them. Whenever you see them on, you leave them on. It's like almost sacrilegious to turn them off.
And I'll do. I'll go with another one, Talladega Nights.
Talladega Nights is there, but
man.
Grandma's Boy to me is just something about that movie. And every time you watch it, you see some, and you've heard the Drive Monkey Drive,
Mm-hmm.
but dude, that whole scene, and then when they get in, and you see that Jeep parked out front in that movie, in front of his house, and you're like, yeah, that's the kind of car this guy would drive, and you never
Yes.
see it in the movie until the monkeys fucking driving it.
Yep.
And they were smoking. I forget which weed it was, but they're like, dude, I can't drive, man. And it's like, oh, they mixed them all together.
Yes.
Like they mixed like the Frankenstein and all that shit together. And he's like, I can't drive. And they both look at the monkey and they're like, yeah. And then the next shot is the monkey driving the car. It's fucking hilarious. Man.
Smoking lamp up, was that expensive?
What was his name? The Dr. Shakaloo? Was that
Yeah,
it? Shakaloo.
Shakulu.
And he brings
Yes, to the party at grandma's house.
and then it ends with the elephant upstairs. What a great film, man. I love that film, man. I really
A
do.
literal elephant in the room.
Yes, absolutely. Upstairs. It was his gift for the game release. That was hilarious, man.
Yes.
Anyway, guys, thank you again for tuning in to Absolute Vodka Presents Live to Landis podcast. We appreciate every one of you. And just like Peter Dante's characters in all his films, we love you guys too. Have a pleasant tomorrow, everyone. Take care.